Hello guys, welcome to the lecture. In this lecture we are going to learn about Combinator Selectors. I already show you the child combinator. In this lecture we are going to learn about adjacent combinator selector and general sibling combinator selector, which is this tilde sign. So let's get started. For the adjacent combinator selector, we will use the sign which is called this plus symbol, and for the plus sign, first we need to select the element which we want to select. So let's scroll down. Let's say I want to select this paragraph which comes after the span. So what we are going to do here, inside the container we are going to say select the span, and that span we will say plus, and this is the adjacent combinator selector, and we'll say select the paragraph which comes after the span element. So we'll save it, and then we are going to say give the color, and the color value will be red. And now this time we will give the color red to the paragraph which comes after the span element. If we save it and if we refresh the page and we scroll down, you will see this paragraph has a color value. Why? Because we have said here, if you scroll down, you will see this container has a different paragraphs. It has 3 paragraph and 4 spans. But here you can see we have said that whatever paragraph comes after the span, select and give the red color. But it will not select every paragraph which comes after the span. It will only select the paragraph which is right before the span element. Right here, this span ends here, and whenever the paragraph start right before the span, that paragraph will be selected and given the color of red. So if you scroll down, and you will see that the paragraph which comes after the span is here. This is another paragraph here, and this comes after the span again. But you will see another paragraph which doesn't have a span element. You will notice that that paragraph doesn't have the color red. You can see here it doesn't have a red color. If I put a span element here, you will notice it will give the color to that paragraph also. If I remove that first span element, you will notice the first paragraph which was selected here. Now if we refresh it, you will see because the span element is not there, now the CSS rule will not affect to this paragraph. It will only affect the paragraph which has the span element before the paragraph, like we have said here. We have said here, whenever the span element comes and the following element is a paragraph, then give the paragraph a red color, no matter how many times span and paragraph comes, unless it has a very close distance, like it has here. Here you can see paragraph and span. Right after the span we have the paragraph. So if we have this type of situation and we want to select these element, we can use this adjacent combinator selector. Now if you see this tilde character, and this is a general sibling combinator selector, and if you use it here, you will notice if we scroll down and if we add a, let me Ctrl Z and get that span element. Yes, remove this as well. Save it. Now remove this plus with this tilde sign. Now this time you will see whenever the span element has a paragraph, it will give all the paragraph a red color. If we refresh and scroll down, you will see this is the spawn element, and we have said right before the spawn element, if it has a paragraph, give all the paragraph inside the container a red color. So it's doing it and is giving the color red property to each and every paragraph element which comes after this is spawn, which is the first spawn. So it will select all the paragraph because the paragraph is right before the first spawn element. If I remove this from here, now the first paragraph is not selected. Why? Because we have said here, whenever a spawn element comes after the paragraph, give a color red value to every paragraph which is inside the container. We have said that select the spawn element which has a paragraph after it. Select that every paragraph which comes after the spawn, that is spawn. So here you can see we don't have the spawn on the top. This paragraph will not affected, but you will see here, right here you can see this is a spawn also and this is also, but these two spawn element not have a following paragraph element right before the spawn, but the third spawn element has a paragraph element right next to it. So what it will do, it will select that paragraph, and no matter how many paragraph this has, it will select all the paragraph. You will see here, you can see here, this is how you select these element using these two combinators. And these two combinator is very unique and important to learn, and in this project we are going to use these two combinators. So that is why I've showed you the adjacent and the tilt combinator, which is a general sibling combinator. But there is another combinator which is now pretty much accepted in every browser, which is a selector list, and we will talk that combinator later, and the sentence selector and the list selector will be covered later. That too, selector is also a combinator selector. So here we have covered the adjacent combinator and the general sibling combinator selector. I hope you understand, and if you have any question you can ask me, and that's it for now. I'll see you in the next lecture.